ROCHA FIRME Academy. Training for teachers and other professionals.
God has saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to His own purpose and grace, which was given to us in Christ Jesus before the world began. 2 Timothy 1 verse 9. This is the ROCHA FIRME Academy Ethos and Philosophy series. Today's topic is who we are and what we do. All schools have a reputation, good or bad, but not all schools have a vision for their learners beyond attending school. The future began here is our maxim, because this is what we offer to our learners, an opportunity to access their future in the purposes created for them before they were born by their Creator, who is God. Life purposes are not found, they are recaptured and recaptured in God, the Creator. If there is a creation, that creation has purposes. If there are purposes, there is a creation to execute those purposes. This is what 2 Timothy 1 verse 9 tells us. God has saved us and has called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to His own purpose and grace, which was given to us in Christ Jesus before the world began. Having said that, when we proclaim that the future began here, we are not saying that the future began at ROCHA FIRME Academy, but that the future began on the Rock of Ages, who is God. Our vision is recaptured purpose in learners. The long form of this vision is prepared and trained learners who are engaged in the purpose of God and have recaptured from a firm foundation the true individual and family function in communities that make up society. As a side note, we refer to our children or young people as learners and not students because the state of being a student is temporary, whereas the state of being a learner is constant and continuous in or out of school. We understand that once someone stops learning, they stop leading. And since we educate through leadership, not dictatorship, in order to produce leaders, our learners will always lead. Our mission is we educate and exemplify godly principles. The long form of this mission is educate and exemplify the application of godly principles for individual and group character development, talent protection and development, and mastery of craftsmanship in children. Our core values are truth, character, purpose. Not surprised, are you? As mentioned before, some research in the Southern African region was undertaken during the preparation for the opening of the school. The results from this research facilitated the process of benchmarking our objectives against international standards, not only academically, but also in other areas of education, such as sports. This was to allow ROCHA FIRME Academy to have facilities and services which match those international standards. Although physical education is a discipline within the curriculum itself, which transcends academics, there are other disciplines which are extracurricular, and they are tennis, ballet, basketball, mini soccer, and volleyball. Music, drama, and swimming being compulsory. Music fundamentals and theory are curriculum-based elements, whereas the practical lessons are offered as extracurricular. Another extracurricular discipline which aims to build character in our learners and goes beyond academics is life skills. Life skills entails teaching and monitoring the practice of household chores and responsibilities. For example, making their beds, preparing and clearing the table during mealtime, washing dishes, keeping their bedrooms and other rooms tidy, watering plants at their home, and so on and so forth. It includes teaching children how to cook and bake in the school kitchen. It also includes vegetable gardening on the school grounds. It includes participation in a book club where they build and practice their reading and comprehension skills in the school library. Life skills is quite rich in diversity when it comes to life practices. For instance, other important skills which are taught throughout the year are good communication, good manners, time management, emotions, protective behavior, teamwork, and self-esteem. We are a Christian school that gives learners access to their future by educating and exemplifying godly principles to them. God has saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to His own purpose and grace, which was given to us in Christ Jesus before the world began. 2 Timothy 1 verse 9. We thank you for listening.